When understanding how L1 and L2 interact with each other, there's three primary areas: code switching, code shifting, and interference. Dual learners can adopt the pronunciation through code switching. Through code switching, learners can adopt the pronunciation of speakers of the second language that they may be learning through examples such as switching or code shifting. By speaking with others that may know the language that they are currently learning, they are getting a better understanding of the language and being able to fully exercise their knowledge of it and comprehension. One interference is something that is more common with older learners. Older learners struggle with interference of their first language, having a hard time compromising what they already know with their L1 with the knowledge that they are currently gaining for their L2. So it may involve phrasing, grammar structure, certain tenses that may not fully, that may clash with how they may understand. Example being the sentence structure in English versus the sentence structure in Spanish. It should be noted that the way that the book discusses the relationship between L1 and L2 is mainly based off of understanding of how English interacts with other languages that may be the L2 of the English speaker. As for how L1 and L2 interact with each other when they're being learned simultaneously, one thing that the book mentions is that it's important to begin simultaneous learning at an early age, recommended before schooling actually starts. It helps in understanding the metalinguistic learning of the language, meaning they're able to actually kind of to understand certain aspects outside of just learning the language, but also the structure of the language, and grammar, things like that. Along with metalinguistic learning, it also helps to understand cultural norms because they're able to they're grasping those cultural norms early on, and allows them to fully grasp it as they continue their learning, something that they've already attached to. In terms of oral communication, there's been a lot of technological innovation that has allowed students to be able to improve on their speaking, primarily through conversation with others. Technologies such as FaceTime, and as well as other messaging aspects has allowed for students to actually exercise their ability to learn the language instead of just understanding the grammar and letters. Along with this, it also allows for them to understand cultural norms that come in the language by being able to speak with native speakers who may be from a completely different country. And one thing that oral communication also helps with is it also helps in helping students become more proficient in the technical aspects of it by interacting with vernacular. So they're going to be talking with people that don't speak the second language that they may be learning in classes, but learning a language or learning a form that may have slang along with it.